How's it going, guys? Welcome to the channel. After a long winter, we are finally at the beginning of a new riding season up here in the Pacific Northwest. Though some of you might notice, I'm not riding my usual bike. On today's video, I'll be riding a 2019 Honda XR650L, the same bike as seen on my previous videos on the Idaho BDR. Except on this video, we're going to be giving that 650 a little bit of an upgrade. Earlier this month, my friends over at LeoVince Exhaust Systems reached out to me and they wanted to see if I'd be interested in checking out one of their newest products for the 650. And so, let's dive into it. Some of my first impressions are that I'm a pretty big fan of the brushed stainless steel and carbon fiber end cap. Aesthetically speaking, it's a good design and clearly well made. The only thing that I thought was initially off-putting was that the exhaust diameter by the end cap seemed to be a little bit restrictive, but I think later on I kind of figured out that this was actually a bit of an advantage. Great stickers for a couple extra horsepower, and I'm always pretty stoked to get a couple new tools for the shop. Compared to that stock pipe, you're going to have weight savings, increased exhaust flow, and it's just all around better looking. Like most slip-ons, the install was pretty straightforward and the kit came with all the hardware that I needed. Application-wise, we know that the 650 is really best suited for lightweight ADV travel or just exploring your local trails. So let's put this exhaust to the test and see if it really fits in that genre. But first, here's the exhaust note at idle. And now we're back where we started. I'm out at some local riding spots just doing some casual riding so you guys can have the chance to hear this exhaust and kind of get some ideas for what it's like in the field. Alright, so after riding around for a couple days, I've come to a few conclusions. Firstly, I think the word that I would use to describe this exhaust pipe would be as an intermediate exhaust pipe. And what I mean by that is it's not really loud, but it's not overly quiet either, so it kind of falls within that middle ground. Also, it was a pretty straightforward bolt-on and go kind of component. I didn't really need to do any kind of rejetting. The only thing that I did to adjust for it would be changing the idle. I think it's going to be perfect for ADV riding, perhaps even highway riding, or the kind of riding in which you might be doing long stretches of 50 to 60 miles an hour. And the reason I say that is because the exhaust note is throaty, it sounds like a performance pipe, but it's also not so loud, so if you've been on a long ride, you're not going to have it drone on in your helmet and kind of have your ears ringing a little bit by the end of the ride. Just to wrap up, I think if you're in the market for a new pipe for your XR650 and you're looking for something that's going to give you the performance benefits of increased exhaust flow without being too loud, I think this is a really good option. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like, and if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Hopefully, I'll see you guys on the next one.